two sides and an angle of a triangle are given. Determine whether the given measurements produce one triangle, two triangles, or no triangle at all. Solve each triangle that results. Okay, so let's do it. Let's start by drawing ourselves a triangle. Okay, and get rid of that. There we go. So we have our triangle, and they're telling us, and I'm going to put the sides and angles in. So I'm going to put A here, B here, C here, and little a across from A, little b across from B, and little c across from C. It's how they always set up these triangles. That's what they mean when they specify A, B, and C. Little a's across from A, B's across from B, C's across from C. That's the idea that angles affect the sides across from them. Capital A is 75 degrees, so this is 75. Little a is 4. Little b is 8. And then it says, well, then we want to go from here, and we want to try to, looks like we're figuring out capital B. That's what the answers are all about. You know, one answer, maybe two answers for B, one different answer for B, or no triangle at all. So let's try to find over here angle B. So how can I find angle B? Well, is this a right triangle? No, we don't have a 90 degrees angle. So we cannot. That's cannot. Cannot, I guess. Cannot use SOHCAHTOA. We can't use SOHCAHTOA because it's not a right triangle, right? SOHCAHTOA is only for right triangles, so we can't do that. So what are we going to do then? We're going to use the law of sines, because we have two sides and two angles opposite them. We use the law of sines. That's what the law of sines is all about, is angles and sides opposite each other. See how we have these two which are opposite each other and these two which are opposite each other in our setup. So that's what we want. So we're going to go sine of capital B over little b is sine of capital A over little a. Or you could put it both upside down. Doesn't matter which way you do it. So sine of capital B over little b is 8, equals sine of capital A here is 75, over little a, which is 4. So there we go. So now I can solve that triangle for by cross multiplying, diagonal. So 4 sine B is 8 sine 75. Okay. Next step, to solve for B, divide by the 4. Cancels out. Sine capital B. I'm going to use my calculator right now. Let me see. Make sure you're in degree mode. Let me check my mode. Yeah, I'm in degree mode. And I'm getting 1.93185. Goes on and on. That's good enough. And now, how do you get rid of the sine there? What do? Do you divide both sides by sine to get rid of the sine so B is alone? No, you can't do that because that's not multiplication, right? We can't do that because this is not, it doesn't mean sine times B, so you can't get rid of it by, it's not multiplication, so you can't get rid of it by dividing. So how do you get rid of that sine so that B can be alone? Well, you do sine inverse, right? Sine inverse cancels out. And so capital B, hit the buttons on your calculator. I'll hit the buttons on mine. And it says domain error. Error domain. What does that mean? It means this is impossible. This cannot be the case. It's impossible. So that means no triangle. The truth is there's no real life triangle that exists like this. This is a fairy tale triangle. It's not possible. You can't really have a side length of 4 across from a 75-degree angle and then twice that side amount, 8, twice as big. This would have to be way bigger than 75 degrees, and it would be too big to even make a triangle like that possible. This kind of triangle is not even possible. This is a make-believe triangle. No triangle is possible that fits this situation.